So, this is a deviation from the usual content. You've already read the title. So, there's no reason of coming in, building it up, and then surprising you. I'm just gonna jump in. I was diagnosed as low spectrum autistic. I was diagnosed with, I think it's called level one autism. So high functioning autism. And let's just say that was life changing. It was life changing from the perspective of, I think I've always known, but there was never a label to it. See, I've always kind of felt like someone that wasn't compatible with the world. Like, imagine the best analogy I can give you for autism, and this is just my opinion. We have a PS5, but the video game is Xbox Series. Isn't that the newest one? I stopped playing Xbox after 360. So it's either Xbox One or Xbox Series, right? I think it's Xbox Series X. It's an Xbox game, which is not compatible with PS5. You try to put an Xbox game into a PS5, it doesn't play. Nothing wrong with the game. It's just an Xbox game being put into a PS5. Imagine the world being PS5 and you're an Xbox. Yeah. Does kind of suck because I'm a PS5 gamer. So, yeah, Jesus Christ. I don't like that analogy at all. No, but for real, that's how it is. I just see the world differently. And there's a lot of misconceptions about autism, which we'll get into. I'm just going to let you know up front. I don't know what to do with this information yet. I just got it. I literally was told this the other day, this week. As an adult, I know, right? But I think it's better to find out as an adult. Because as a kid, you're not going to understand what that means. You're just going to think, oh, wow, I'm a weirdo. I'm a weirdo. The kids are not going to like me. I don't belong in this society. You're not going to be able to comprehend and be able to understand the fullness of what this means. But because I've been, forgive the analogy, for lack of a better term, raw dogging it. I know, sorry, because I've been raw dogging it all my life. I've hit my head on a wall so many times to where I can go, you know what? That makes sense. So, hearing the news, I wasn't depressed. I wasn't upset. I went, thank you. I was relieved. Because it's like, here I am, spending all my life trying to be normal, right? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being normal. And I don't want to be that dude that's like, you normies, right? I'm not like a mutant. Although, technically speaking, I mean, autism seems to be a superpower. But no, like, I'm not going to make fun of anybody that's considered normal. But I have a question, too. Like, real talk. Can we just get deep for a minute? This is not raw cognizance, but this is what I do on raw cognizance. What the hell is normal? What is normal? A person that goes to work, has kids, grows up, passes away. Like, I don't understand what defines normal. Yes, what the majority of the world does, or at least the majority of the people around you, is considered normal. But, like, real talk, like, when you really think about it, is any of us actually normal? I've been really, really delving deep into what this means. But that's for future books and study. And I did want to come up here and talk more about what this means for me. Because after hearing that news, I was able to go through my entire life and just go, well, that makes sense. I've always had issues with relationships. Not from the standpoint of I can't make friends or I can't keep friends. I've kept relationships for years. I've maintained relationships, but they were difficult. From the standpoint of they always felt like I didn't see where they were coming from. But how could I? Right? I'm able to understand it when you explain it to me. But why would I initially, if I'm autistic and I see the world differently and think differently, and you might not think that's an excuse, because that would make the relationship harder. After a while, you just kind of want them to know and figure it out, right? But why would that expectation be put on me? How the hell am I supposed to know how you think and what you've gone through unless you explain it to me? So I can understand why certain relationships were difficult, because what they naturally understood and what they naturally gravitated towards and did when they discovered that they liked something, I didn't. I did certain things differently. I reacted differently. I had a certain view or a certain reaction to it that wasn't what the norm was. Again, being normal. And I beat myself up for it. For the longest time, I was so cruel to myself. I was so mean to myself because the people around me were mean and cruel to me. They made me feel so fucking bad that I was different. I wasn't harming anybody. I wasn't making anybody's lives harder. I didn't steal anything. I'm being honest with you. I didn't take away anybody's ability to eat, sleep, drink, make new friends, make money. I've never harmed a single soul. I'm just different. And is that annoying? Sure. I can understand that, but I've always felt like I was not normal. And I spent my entire life trying to fit in, trying to be a circle that would fit into a circle peg. But I'm not even a circle. I'm not even a square. Not even a triangle. I'm my own shape. I'm never going to fit into that peg. And I think the revelation of that, especially at this age, is a wonderful thing. Because now I don't have to worry about trying to fit in. Right? I have to carve my own path. I have to figure out my own way of living in this world because I'm not compatible. And that's okay. Normal stuff that you guys will have, like most of you, a majority of you are driving. I get through life through public transit. I've taken buses, I've walked, Uber. I mean, I have a license. That's just not my thing. I love public transportation. But at the same time, though, I'm still high functioning. I clean. I wash my clothes, pay my taxes. I go out to eat. I'm able to take girls out on dates, take care of them, make sure that they're good. Again, I take public transit, so I'm not the one driving, but most of the girls I take out, they don't care. They either drive or when we're Ubering, they want me to pick them up, and it is what it is. I love my time alone. I love alone time. Not saying I don't like socializing. I am weird. Okay, I should stop saying weird. Unique. I'm unique in a sense where I am a total extrovert when I go out. I love talking to people. I love interacting with people. I love meeting new people. And I love reciprocating and others reciprocating my energy back to me. I love that shit. But it's weird because after like a couple of hours, it's like my battery runs out, right? Those of you who are autistic, you know what I'm talking about. You know that there's that point where it's like, okay, I think I'm okay. I don't want to talk anymore. I just kind of want to go home. It's like your battery is low and you have to get back to your safe space. You have to get back to that corner of the world where no one sees you and you love being alone. You love your alone time. You love having your own personal space. And that's something, if I ever get married and I do have a relationship with someone, I'm going to need that. I'm going to have my own man cave where I just kind of live in my own little bubble. I can't explain it. It's just what it is. And that's another thing about autism. There is no record or book that could 100% explain to you what it is. We're still trying to figure it out. There are some things that we know about it. Apparently, it's called a disability for some reason. Okay. I mean, there's research out there that believes it's a disease. It's a disease that needs to be cured. My autism is a disease. I don't think it's a disease. I don't think it's a disease. I think, like I said, it's a superpower. But I did want to talk about certain verified stuff that they say makes you autistic. And this is from ChatGPT. Don't worry, it is verified. I used the right prompt to bring it up. And I kind of want to go through some of this stuff just to kind of verify for myself if, it matches with what an autism person is. Person who is autistic. It says here, social communication difficulties. Difficulty with small talk. Oh, I suck at small talk. I always like to go a little bit deeper than I do when I'm at the bar. Some girls are cool with that. Most girls are not. The unspoken social rules. Oh, social cues? Suck at them. Horrible. Never catch them. Literal interpretation of language. What does that mean? Struggle with sarcasm? Sometimes I have to catch myself and go, wait, are they serious? Yeah. Trouble initiating and sustaining conversations. Well, sustaining conversations is not my problem. Initiating them? Horrible at it. Terrible. When it comes to bars especially, the girls have to come talk to me. They don't mind doing it, but I suck at initiating conversation. I've tried it most of the time, but when I do try it, it never goes well. And so I just stopped. May prefer written communication over verbal. See, I actually like to talk to people in person. Again, I'm an extrovert. It's the weirdest thing in the world. But I like written too. I actually do more written than verbal, so maybe that is kind of true. May struggle with reading facial expressions or body language. Somewhat, maybe. Sometimes I'm not quite sure what they're saying unless you say it. Repetitive behaviors and routines. Oh, love my routine. I have an issue with changing things up. Repeating words or phrases. If you watch my channel, I love my catchphrases. Rigid adherence to routines or schedules. I don't like changing things. If I schedule something, I expect it to stay there. Like, you're supposed to be able to be flexible and stuff. I've gotten better with that, but anytime something's off, I go, oh, damn it. Distress with unexpected change. I think that's just, some people are cool with it, but that's just being a normal human being. Like, when something unexpected happens, it shakes up your entire world. Repetitive movements. What is that? Stemming? Like hand flapping, rocking, and tapping. This guy. Yep, that sounds like me. Sensory sensitivities. Over or under reactive to sound, lights, textures, smells, or tastes. Certain smells throw me off my game. Light? Maybe. Certain sounds, yes. That is true. May be overwhelmed in crowded or noisy environments. No. Not really. Well, It depends on how no. It depends. Maybe there's a certain severity that it needs to hit before I can be overwhelmed, but I'm fine with it. May seek sensory input. Fidget spinners. Yeah. Sometimes I can feel a little touch deprived. So, and what I like to do is, if it's not laying in my bed with a blanket or something like that, um, those I don't know what they're called. They're not back massages, but actually, I think it might be a little electric back massage, whatever it is. But you get one of those little massagers, and then you just kind of roll it over your body. Like, it really does stimulate. Special interests. Intense focus on special topics or hobbies. Intense focus on special topics or hobbies. Yeah. Yeah. Hyperfixations, professional wrestling, or politics. Deep encyclopedic knowledge about niche subjects. Yeah. 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 Politics, professional wrestling, music. Yeah. Executive functioning challenges. Difficulty with organizing, planning, or switching tasks. I suck at multitasking. I'm terrible at it, which is why I don't drive, because you need to be great at multitasking. Struggles with managing time or remembering appointments. If I don't have it on my schedule, I'm probably gonna miss it. Trouble starting or completing tasks. I did used to have that problem. When I was a kid, I just couldn't finish my homework. It was really, really bad for me. Starting was an issue for me when I got to high school, when I had to practice for band. It's not that I didn't want to practice. It's just there was something off about like just doing it. I did better in a group. When I was with a group of people, I was always good. So that about covers what, 80% of who I am? 85, 90%. There were some things in there that weren't quite accurate, but I mean, it wasn't off base. There's a lot of common misconceptions that I wanted to address with autism. So you'll hear that autistic people lack empathy. That's not true. If anything else, I have nothing but empathy for people. I have too much empathy. I think the problem is people feel like you lack empathy because you perceive things differently. So a woman that is hurt by something, she's hurt in a certain way. I can't understand how that hurts you because unless I'm you, I'm not going to 100% get it right. Sometimes I will, but unless you explain it to me, I'm going to interpret how you feel your pain differently. And some people might see that as lack of empathy. No, it's just I feel empathy, I just misinterpret you. So I care and I feel hurt and I'm very empathetic to people's plights. I just might not be able to understand it quite well or interpret it that way unless it's explained to me. All autistic people are either super geniuses or severely disabled. I mean, that's not true. I heard somewhere that an autistic person is basically a person whose brain is too fast or operates at a level that the body can't cooperate with. It can't. It's not compatible. The brain is not compatible with the body, or something like that. Your brain works too fast for you. Works faster than the body, or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that is true. I kind of feel like that's kind of been the thing where my mind just kind of goes places, and I have to just recalibrate. Like, all right, hold up. What was that? I'm back. Maybe, but severely disabled? I don't know about that. There are different levels, by the way. I'm level 1. And there are levels where you don't function at all. You just don't function. You don't work. You can't do much. But I don't know if it's severely disabled or super genius. You can't be autistic if you make eye contact or have friends. So I do have issues with eye contact. That is true. I do feel like a lot of times, especially now, I kind of do this, so my eyes go here, or my eyes go, My therapist called that out when I was actually seeing her. She's like, you don't do a lot of eye contact. When I'm talking, sometimes and then I come back when I'm making a point, right? That's just, you can't be autistic if you have eye contact or have friends. So I feel like I can have friends. I have friends now, right? I had relationships that lasted years, a few that lasted over a decade. Some still going now. But yeah, it's difficult. Being in a relationship with me is difficult. I don't want it to be. I do my best to make it as easy as possible, but it's not going to be easy. Only boys are autistic. That is definitely false. Women can be autistic as well. I do believe, matter of fact, I spoke to a woman at the bar, and even she's not diagnosed, but even she said, I think I might be autistic. And then, of course, you can grow out of it. You never grow out of it. It's lifelong. It's permanent. You just learn to deal with it. This is me. I'm autistic. And I'm okay with that. I think it's beautiful. Makes me unique. And it's freeing. I can stop trying to be normal and act normal. Does this mean I have to sacrifice a normal life? Does that mean I'm not going to be married? I'm not going to have kids? Not necessarily. It's just when I do get married, when I do have kids, how I raise them, how I live a marriage life, how I live my life with a significant other is not going to be like everyone else's. And that's okay if people don't want that. They have every right not to want that. And I have to be okay with that. I'm just unique, man. And I feel like we're all unique in a way. There is no such thing as normal. Because, sure, you're able to do the stuff that would make you normal. But are you really? Are you really similar to the guy next to you? Like everyone watching this video, when you look at the comments, if you're watching in the live chat, are you really that similar? Because in my opinion, we're all different. We're all unique in our own way. And that's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes it beautiful. And that's what makes me beautiful. And the greatest thing that I think I can get from this is that it's allowed me to stop beating myself up. It's allowed me to stop seeing myself as, Alyx, you're so fucking different. What's wrong with you? Why can't you just be like everybody else? No, it's gotten me to see the world from the perspective of, you're just not compatible. You're your own star in this universe. And you're different from everyone else. You just have to find a way to operate that's different from everyone else. So, I don't know when I'll upload this. If you're watching it, thank you for watching. But I'm not going to edit it. It's just going to go up. And if you sat through the whole thing and you yourself are autistic, please let me know in the comments and tell me your experience. I want to be able to relate. But that's my story. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. And thank you for giving me this safe space, giving me this safe space to do so. Like, I create the safe space for you, and I feel like you can give me that safe space back. Thank you. And I genuinely love you all. I'll catch you guys next time, right here in Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like me.